Hello, good afternoon. It is super duper full moon eclipse day. Yes, 26th of May. So that means it is time to get your pieces of paper out, write down all the things that you want to forgive. Now is the time. You are in the perfect position tonight at between 9:20 and 9:45-ish. That half an hour is when the moon is at its fullest in the Sydney, Melbourne area in Australia. So if you want to really tap into the energy of releasing, now is the time. It's like super duper full moon and it's an eclipse tonight. So that means that we're going to be talking about that tonight, which is awesome. So the full moon eclipse is in Sagittarius this month, as per the Moonolgy diary, the wonderful Yasmin Boland. Just letting you know that this week is a big one. So if you've been feeling confusion, if you've been feeling a bit rough around the edges, if especially with regard to money or love, this is a time of resetting and letting go and surrendering to things that are not serving you. So if you are wanting to, tap into that energy, then you need to know that this time is really important for you. This time is important in terms of not giving up and knowing that, even if it feels like it's not right, things feel not right at the moment, they're not right for a reason. This is a really important time for you to kind of make a shift. It's a shifting time. It's a big time for transformation. So the three cards that I've pulled today around the beautiful super moon that we have tonight, the super moon eclipse, we have the first card is answering the question of what do we, those of us who are watching this video, what do we need, what's falling away, and what do we need to forgive? So the first card that we got is a time for healing. And the time for healing card is all about the Balsamic moon, which is about patience. It's about being kind to yourself. It's about, now is the time to let yourself be healed and to know that the past is the past and there is a bright and beautiful future for you coming in. So it's really important that before you take your next steps, to take this time to know that things are being healed. And if you are not already in a space of taking care of yourself, then now is the time to take care of yourself. So you can, in this space of the full moon, of releasing and forgiving, it's really important when we're moving forward with our healing journey that we spend time doing that forgiveness work. It's one of the ones that a lot of people struggle with in terms of letting go of the past and moving forward. We have to practice that forgiveness of ourselves and we have to practice the forgiveness of other people. Otherwise, we're always going to be stuck in that loop. That loop that we get into, the one that, takes us right back to the situation where we were triggered and hurt or, whatever it is, that trauma that we had in the past. So know that, when one is healed, all are healed. That is what we need to remember when we're doing our healing work, that only one person needs to be healed to shift and change a whole generation or ancestral issue that might be going on in a family. Because once one person starts to change the way that they behave, everybody else has to interact differently with that person. So it can create a ripple effect. It's very important to remember that your shifting and changing is actually going to affect the people around you, but you can't make somebody change. That it's all about you in the end. There you go. It is all about you. Who'd have thunk it? So our second card today is answering the question for the full moon of what do we need to Where is my questions? What's the illuminated full moon showing me? And the full moon is showing us that it's time to take action. So once you've done your healing work, obviously that seems counter, like I've just said, to be patient and step back. That's what is needed before you take the step of action. So this week is a big one. You'll do your healing work, you'll do your writing tonight at 9:30, you'll burn it or flush it or bury it or whatever, rip it up and whatever you need to do to let go of the past and do your forgiveness work, and then you will take action. This is really important as your next step is to take action, because the flame is lit, my friends. And so that means that, you know, once you've actually let go of the things that are holding you back, there's nothing stopping you from moving forward. If you're feeling stuck right now, it's probably because you haven't done that healing, forgiveness, and surrender work. And you can't move forward, you can't take action, you can't take massive action and move forward towards your dreams if you are stuck in a bog or stuck in a rut. So drawing this card is a super positive sign. This is our second card, that if there's something that you really want to happen in your life, then take this card as a big yes from the universe. So once you've done your healing work, which is your first card, then you can take this beautiful next step of taking action. And if you need any assistance with taking that action, then obviously you reach out and you ask for assistance. So Aries, the new moon, the card is the Aries, which is the goat or sheep, which is the beginning of all of the astrology. Is Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, and so it's a new beginning, which is great because it makes perfect sense that once you cut the ties and you do all that beautiful releasing work at the full moon, you will be then starting fresh, starting again. Excellent. The next card, our final card, is what's the outcome of the full moon? What's our outcome? Well, a new romantic cycle begins. Now, when we talk about romance, it's always interesting because it's not always about a partnership. It's not always about an intimate relationship. Any sort of self-love that is coming in at this time, it's about give and take. So this could be a cycle, a new business relationship. It could be a new relationship with a new partner. It could be a new phase of your relationship with your current partner, or it could be your own personal self-love is going to be increasing, because it makes sense that if you've done card number one, which is you've healed the past and you've let go of anything that is not serving you, then you've taken action. And then our next step is to love yourself and love others more deeply. Then it makes perfect sense that this would be the third card. So really important to remember that when you're moving into a space of building new relationships, building positive and healthy relationships, that you do that coming from a place of love, harmony, you know, that you're coming from that place of negotiation, that you're coming from a place of compassion. So be mindful that when you're moving through after this full moon, like the next 2 weeks, that you're going to be moving into that space of reharmonizing and getting your relationship sorted. So reach out to someone and let them know that you care. So those are the 3 cards that are coming up for this super full moon eclipse. The first one is a time for healing. Makes perfect sense. That's what the full moon and the eclipse is all about, which is wonderful. Then our second card was it's a time to take action. So after you've done your clearing and your healing, then you'll move into action, which is excellent. And then our third card is a new romantic cycle begins. So know that there's lots and lots of love coming to you in the next 2 weeks as this cycle of the full moon moves through. But know also that this, today, tomorrow, in the last few days, you might have been feeling a little bit intense, that the energy is very intense. You might have been feeling confused, and there might have been some issues with perhaps some people who have been a little bit deceptive. So if you've been feeling like that is going on in these last few days and this week, then that makes perfect sense, because that's what a full moon super eclipse is all about. It's about bringing things to light and making things really, really clear so that you can shift and change out of those spaces if you feel like they're not serving you. And that is why it's coming to light, so that you can actually make that decision and that call. So have a lovely night tonight. Don't forget to do your writing and releasing, and I look forward to seeing you next week and hearing how you went with your super full moon eclipse surrendering. It's like a massive surrendering tonight. So I look forward to hearing and seeing you very, very soon. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you again. Bye.